Hi, this is Cece, and on behalf of Scrapbooks on Toile, welcome to another Tutorial Tuesday. This week's project is a 6x12 canvas, and I'll be using a whole bunch of different things, including a Spellbinders die, some new stencils, and the new Distress glitter by Tim Holtz. Here's a list of the supplies you'll need for this project. A 6x12 canvas, stencil number ACS025 from the Artist Cellar, and it's part of the Water series, a set of 4 stencils, Golden's fiber paste, a bucket of water and a palette knife, a water mister such as this one by Ranger, 4 colors of Gelatos, and they are Metallic Mint, Mango, Aqua Dolce, and Banana, the Exquisite Circles Nestabilities dies by Spellbinders, 2 sheets of the Bohemian Bazaar collection by Graphic 45. This one is called Kaleidoscope, and this one is Dazzling Delights, walnut stained distress ink, as well as an ink applicator and a foam, a sticker sheet from Creative Imaginations, and this one is called Moments, Marigold Twine by The Twinery, glossy accents, some foam adhesives, as well as a heat tool and your die cutting system. So this particular brand of canvas has been double primed already, so there already is gesso on this, so I'm not going to bother adding mine. I have my stencil here, and I'll be using it with fiber paste. So I'm just going to wash this off at my sink, and I will let this dry. I'll be right back. Now that my piece is dry, I will show you a close-up. So this is what the fiber paste looks like when it's dry. It gives great dimension and is very absorbent, and it does not take a long time to dry. So I obviously speed up the process with the heat tool, but you don't have to do that. And now I'm going to colorize with the gelato. So I'm going to start by adding my yellow and my orange. And this is an experiment. I have not tried this before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to lay my color down here. Kind of randomly. Oops. I have a general idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. We'll see how that turns out. Alright, I think I'm going to spray this with water and see how it reacts first. And I'm being very generous with the water. Ooh, look at that. I want the colors to pool. You can also help it by spreading it with your fingers. I already like what I'm seeing. Ooh, that's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna help the colors run a little bit by, don't freak out, smashing my canvas like this. Oh, love this already. Okay. So I'm going to dry this. I'm going to finish drying it, and then I'll show you that I'll be adding more colors. So I'll be right back. Alright, so my piece is almost wet, almost dry. So I'm going to add the other color here because I'm too impatient, and I really want to see how that's going to turn out. So this is the Metallic Mint, and it's beautiful because it's going to give me that gorgeous shimmer that the metallic gelatos have. And as you know me, I can't get enough of shimmer, metallic, glitter. Oh, and we'll be adding glitter to this too, so whoa. Later on. All right. Now I'm using my heavy duty heat tool for this. I'm not using the Ranger. When I want to move colors, this one makes more wind, which is not what you want when you're embossing. But when you want to move your colors, it's a great tool for that. Oh, look at this. All right, so now I get some movement where I want it to be. Okay, now we're rolling. This is what I have so far. Not sure if you're going to be able, if the camera's going to pick up that metallic quality that I have here going on in the bottom. I love that, love this. Okay, so my piece is pretty much dry. One word of caution, and I just found out by mistake, when you're heating up the gelatos over the fiber paste, just be careful because sometimes it can actually react to the heat and then start bubbling up. It's not dramatic because it kind of went back to its original position or form, but sometimes you can easily obliterate some of the details, and you don't want that. So here, that was an area that had started bubbling up while I was heating it, but as you can see, there's no harm done. Here, I went a little too aggressive, but that's okay. I mean, I can deal with that, but at least now you know. Don't do like I did. So this piece, I'm gonna leave it alone for now because sometimes when you play too much with something, it becomes a mess, and I like it that way. Now we're gonna work on the flower. Here are the dies that are included in the Exquisite Circles set. These 4 here on the top, they cut all the way through, meaning that you'll get a regular shape. These 2 here at the bottom, the only way I can explain it to you is to show you this example, and I do apologize, it's on a paper that I was testing out, but you're left with a piece that's not cut all the way through, and this is really interesting, especially for card makers. If you cut a piece of paper to the exact dimension of, let's say, a card front, then you would place the die cut it in the middle, and you can also repeat in the middle a second time. So what will happen is you'll have 2 circles, one here and a smaller one here. They won't be cut all the way through, they'll just be like an accent, which is really interesting. For today's project, I'll only be using these 2 dies, and I've already gone ahead and cut my pieces. Before I assemble my flower, I'm going to distress the edges with walnut stain. So now that we've got our flower, I want to do the center here. I want to put some glitter inside in the middle here. And for this, I'll be using this new product by Tim Holtz called Distress Glitter. And Distress Glitter is made of a different material than any other glitter. It is best to use a wet adhesive. So they're very reflective, but as you can see here in the cover, these are laying flat. There's not much reflection when they lay flat. So by using a wet adhesive, when the glitter falls onto the wet adhesive, they sort of get placed in all kinds of different direction, and that's when the magic happens. That's when they get very reflective. So to apply my glitter, I'm going to use the glossy accents. You can also use any type of medium. Anything that is wet and dries clear is perfect. So I have my canvas here, and I decided to switch it the other way. I think it's going to look better with the flower. So before I actually do the inside of the flower or even glue the flower down on the canvas, I want to create the stem and 2 leaves. And for this, I'll also be using the glitter with the glossy accent. So in essence, I'll be drawing with my glossy accent. So I want to place my flower so that I know exactly where my stem is going to go. To catch the leftover glitter, I'm going to shake this up. And don't worry if you have some glitter sticking to the canvas, because you'll be able to brush this off with a brush later on. So I'll be doing the same for the center. Alright, so I will let this dry. So while all this is drying, I'm going to finish off the edges of my canvas with some white paint here. I have white acrylic paint. I'm just going to use my finger just to brush it on, and I will also overlap it on the top just to add a little bit more contrast, I want to say, to the whole piece. I have my sticker sheet here, and I want to choose the 3 sayings. I'm going to take dream big, live out loud, and laugh. Before I go ahead and stick them on my canvas, I'm going to distress it, or them, with, again, walnut stain. So I'm thinking that I will put a glob of white paint on my fingers, and let's see here. I'm just gonna go randomly, and I have some here. It's not a big deal. So the wet paint is just going to add, is just going to make these words a little bit more secure as well. So I'm going to put a bead of, or a line of glossy accents all around the canvas, and I'm going to adhere the twine around it. I don't want this in a very straight line. I want this kind of wavy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side at a time. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Now I just finished layering the twine. I cut my length a little longer because I didn't want to disturb the joint right here. So I'm going to wait until it's fully dry and then I'll cut it. In the meantime, I can put my flower and we will be all finished. And here's the finished canvas. I love how it turned out. More and more I'm falling in love with my gelatos. I've always liked them, but nowadays it seems that I keep reaching for them. They're just creamy and they're gorgeous, and I love to smash them like I did to create some cool drippings. I really like that. And it's a very whimsical canvas. I also love this die. I like that flower. It really looks like a big sunflower. If I had added some green, not green, but brown distress glitter in the middle, that would have made it a perfect sunflower. There's lots to do with these dies. Like I said earlier, you can cut your paper to size and then put the die right in the middle, and some of them won't cut all the way through, so you'll be left with a beautiful circle, kind of like cut in the middle of your paper. Very intricate. So whether you're a card maker or whether you're a mixed media person, these dies are definitely the stuff to reach for. I also love this stencil. Let me show you the other stencils that come in that set. It's a set of 4. So this one is the one that I used. There's water lilies, which are a lot of fun. This one here kind of imitates wood grain, I guess. And those beautiful random bubbles. So this is the water series set by Artist Seller. Now I'm going to give you a close-up of this glitter so you can see how yummy it is. Look at that. It's a coarse glitter and the reflection is pretty awesome. And then the stem and the leaves. And here's a close-up of the beautiful stencil. I love how these words turned out. I like how they're framed. Look at that. Yummy! I mean, how can you not like gelatos? Love them. Love them. So that concludes our tutorial for today. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And I will talk to you on Friday. Bye!